Hey guys, Adrian here from digitaldojos.com, and a topic I get asked a lot about and stuff, a little bit an older thing. It's been out there for a long time. By no means is this something new. I want to talk about emulators. A lot of people have been asking me this lately, and I actually helped a friend with this, who wanted to kind of look back on some old games and play some old games via the computer. Now, first off, first thing I want to get out of the way: are emulators illegal? And what are they? Emulators allow you to emulate a game from old consoles like PS2, PS1, even Nintendo 64, NES, all of those old games, even Xbox games, stuff like that, so that you can play them on your computer. Basically, it's a virtual emulator. It takes the ROMs of these, the CDs, the physical CDs you buy when you buy a game, obviously, and it's basically allowing you to play it through your PC or through your Mac. They have emulators on the Mac as well, which I'll also leave in the description below, and actually I'll leave in the blog post attached to this over at digitaldojos.com. So for you Mac users, you want to check that out. I know it's more popular on the PC because there's a lot of compatibility on there. Anyways, it allows you to play these old games that you played on your PS2 and your Xbox and your NES and your Nintendo 64, like Super Smash Bros., Star Fox 64, all that stuff. And you can relive it, replay those games. Yes, it's a little bit different because you don't have the controllers. You're using your keyboard, you're using your mice. But that's what it allows you to do. That's what an emulator is. Now, is an emulator illegal? The emulator itself is not illegal. To get games, on the other hand, is illegal. To get these ROMs, it's basically stealing, and a lot of people misconcept that if you own the game, even if you've owned the game, you bought the game way back when, you have the physical copy, you have the physical cartridge or whatever it may be, CD, it's still illegal to have a second copy. It's not counted as an archival backup. So again, that's at your own risk. Do what you want with that. It is illegal. I mean, you're not really maybe it's, you won't be liable for, you'll be liable obviously if you get in trouble, but risk of getting caught with that, again, that's all on your own. Anyways, I'm just here to show you the tools, and a lot of people have been asking about this. I get some messages, even from comments on my old video. PS2 games, a lot of people want to play games like Silent Hill. You can see here Devil May Cry, Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy, and I don't blame them. A lot of people may not have the games anymore. They may not have their PS2. They may not be able to hook it up, whatever, and they want to relive it on the PC. You can download one for PS2. It's a very, very famous PC SX2. I believe they have a Mac and Windows versions. So this is the emulator, allow you to play PS2 games for the Nintendo 64, a very, very popular one as well for obvious titles like Zelda, Conker's Bad Fur Day, which is I'm going to show you later on as an example. Super Mario 64, and of course the all popular GoldenEye 007, one of my favorites. And these are all games I own and played when I played the Nintendo 64. I still actually have the physical cartridges, but what if you want to play it on your computer and relive that? Maybe you don't have a cartridge anymore, or whatever it may be. Maybe you don't have your Nintendo unit, whatever it may be. And Project 64 allows you to download or allows you to play these ROMs of these Nintendo 64 games. And if you even want to go really, really classic, old school Nintendo NES emulators, they have a huge, and you can see this site actually has emulators for Nintendo Wii, Nintendo DS, Nintendo NES, GameCube games, Game Boy games. So emulators are a very, very popular one, and they give you ratings of sites to download the freeware from. So now that you have the emulator, what do you need to do? This is the part where you kind of have to do this on your own, because I'm not going to link to any ROM sites or anything like that. You need to find the ROMs, obviously, for the game you want. That's the part that's illegal. Like I said, it's not legal to actually own a digital copy backup of these games because they're physically sold on disc and cartridges, etc. So that part, there's this thing called Google that can help you out. Obviously, you can do that all on your own. But to show you a small example here, I'm going to go ahead and open up Project 64, which is a very, very popular one that I have here, and I'll show my friend with this. So you can see I don't have any files in, but once you get a file, so for example, I'm going to go here and say open, this is my last ROM. I only have this one ROM. This is for Conker's Bad Fur Day, because I was showing this to my friend. Basically, you just find the ROM on the internet, download it, and I'm going to click this, and what it does here is, as you can see, it's loading, and just like you would when you started it up on your Nintendo 64, you get the game. And again, it's not, obviously the graphics are going to be the same as they were on the console, and for stuff like, I know for the PS2 emulators, stuff like that, it's kind of graphic intensive, so you do need a decent sized graphic cards if you're trying to play like those newer, not newer generation games, but those higher intense games, stuff like Nintendo 64 games, stuff like that. Really, really fun to relive and replay stuff like Conker's Bad Fur Day. They even have the multiplayer in this. You can go into options on games like this, and you can set up different stuff here for plugins, sound plugins. If you will screen it, you can configure the graphics plugin, so the resolution you want to play it at, memory, full screen sync, all that stuff. And of course, you can even control a multiple players. So if you want to actually have multiple people playing on one keyboard, or if you have multiple keyboards set up, however you want to do it, you can set up multiple game devices. And if you have those controllers, you can hook those up. Really, really cool stuff. So you can actually have multiplayer experience and get those controllers working on your PC to play these old classic games. So guys, this again is Project 64 for Nintendo 64. Various emulators out there, like I said, again, Mac and PC. I'll link you to some in the description below, or in the blog post attached to this video. And for the ROMs, like I said, guys, that's something you guys have to find on your own. Anyway, guys, Adrian here from the Digital Dojos. Don't forget to check us out at digitaldojos.com. Thanks for watching. I'd be curious, do you guys remember these games? What were your favorite games? This is one of my favorites for the Nintendo 64, along with Zelda and stuff like that. Leave it in the comments below, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.